If you knew you were about to get laid off, what would you do? Would you go into a panic mode or maybe immediately start looking for a new job? Or take it as a blessing and take some time off?
Well, some laid off workers aren't doing any of that. Instead, they are recording the moment that they lose their jobs and posting it online.
Unfortunately, today will be your last day with the organization. Joni, I've really enjoyed getting to know all of you, and I wish you all, the very best, and I hope we get to talk soon.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
So impersonal. It's not even personal anymore. Okay, well, joining us now to talk about this viral trend is Jason Greer, the employee whisperer and CEO of Greer Consulting. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Okay, this could be a bad experience for some people. So why do you think that people are sharing this on social media?
Because people want a community, and there's nothing like a community of people who can actually tell you what they've been through. They can feel your pain. We're looking for the sense of empathy in terms of, if you've gone through a layoff, we can share experiences together. And also the other side of it is there is a growing consensus amongst employees that corporations are treating people poorly, and they want to show. They want to almost build up this tribe of folks who are going to say, we're tired of the way corporations are treating us, and you need to see it.
And I've seen some of them where you see somebody get fired and you see them recording themselves and say, I have one thing to say, Sheila, I didn't like working with you. You made it toxic in the first place. So there. Can sharing something like this hurt your chances of getting another job?
Absolutely, because here's the unwritten rule, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I talk to human resources folks all the time. I talk to recruiters all the time. Even though they say they don't talk to other people in the industry, they talk to other people in the industry. If you're somebody who happened to not only live stream your termination or your layoff, but you also happen to say something negative about that HR person, and then you apply for your job, a brand new job, if I come across your resume can be gold. You can look like probably the best employee I've ever seen. But if I happen to know somebody who worked at that corporation that you left, I'm going to call her. And I'm going to simply ask, what do you think about XYZ? And they're going to say, you know what? They not only live streamed the layoff, they have the nerve to call me annoying. Can you believe that? Now, let's be real. She might be annoying, but don't live stream it. Don't do it. It makes no sense because ultimately you're going to burn bridges and it's going to negatively impact you.
Okay, so that brings up another issue for me. Let's say you're not recording and showing video, but what if you're posting something that those within a circle kind of know who you're talking about? Is that problematic?
It's so problematic. Look, stop sharing. You can share your family, you can share your dog, you can share comic books, you can share whatever you want to, but don't share stuff about your employer, either your current employer or your past employer. How about this? Don't make the mistake of doing something that you're going to ultimately pay the price for. If you're sitting there with some marijuana, if you're sitting there with things that are not going to cast you in a positive light, employers look at your social media long before they even talk to you. So those are things that you got to be aware of.
And we're talking not just videos, but also what you're sharing over X or Twitter or elsewhere.
Yes.
If someone knows that the next day they're coming into work to be laid off, what should they do?
Plan. And I'm going to say this, the internet is a beautiful thing, largely because you have a bunch of different sites that are tracking layoffs per sector, per industry. Stay abreast as to what's going on, because if you happen to be in an industry where there are layoffs, especially a certain job function that you are seeing these layoffs happen across the country, now is the time for you to start to plan. If your organization offers certifications and they're going to pay for it, do it. If your organization offers any type of job skill building, do it. Also start saving your money, folks, whether you like it or not. Even though the economy is soaring, that does not mean that you are immune to layoffs. So start saving your money. I'm saying 3 to 6 months cushion if possible, so that in the event that you do get laid off, that you're protected while you're looking for another job.
It really is important. Should you just skip updating LinkedIn saying that you got fired? I've seen people do that as well.
I actually don't mind it, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't mind when someone says that they got fired or that they're open to work, largely because LinkedIn is such a wonderful community of people, and chances are very high that I know somebody in my network who might be looking for somebody who has your particular skill set. It's really important, especially in this day and age, that we network. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I got fired, I need help, you might find that there's some people who are willing to help you out.
All right. Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
And for more career advice, you can follow Jason on Instagram. His information is right there on your screen.